everything that matters. We designed smarter ways to detect motion for fast emergency response.
You want to know?
Says something they didn't expect. Kibbe tells detectives his first victim was 21-year-old Llewellyn Burley in Walnut Creek back in 1977.
77 was the driest year on record for the state, receiving only 6.7 inches of rain for the entire year.
He says he dumped her in a dry riverbed.
We didn't have a body or anything,
สวัสดี
but
จ้า
he
สาวเซฟมา
admitted
อี
to
กแล้ว
killing her
นี่
and
จะ
said
พา
that
มา
was
กิน
his first homicide that he
ข้าว
did.
กับ
We wanted to
ข้าวหมู
trace back to try to find
มี
where
เป็นอย่างค่อน
could
ข้า
she
ง
be, and is it possible we could actually find her body?
จ้ะมาได้จ้า
To
เด้
help
อ
detectives find the remains of Llewellyn, in October 2003, Kibbe is escorted out of prison to the dumping site.
We were looking for a needle in a haystack. It was going to be tough. This was 30-something years later.
Once they arrive to the general spot, Kibbe says he no longer recognizes the area.
Fires have gone through there, droughts have gone through, floods have gone through. The area changed dramatically.
Detectives believe that rains through the years most likely moved her body downstream.
We went ahead and we started scouring the different dry riverbeds in the area, and we were coming up with really nothing.
A return trip in 2007 also comes up empty. By September 29, 2009, Roger Kibbe pleads guilty to the 6 murders he confessed to, and he is sentenced to an additional 6 life prison terms. For years, detectives continue the search for Burley's remains. But it's not until June 22, 2011, that they finally have some luck.
A sheriff's deputy called me. He was assigned to Lake Ariasa area at that time. He was just kind of walking along. There was a little bit of water in this creek, and he said he saw what looked to be a human pelvic bone.
And the result of the DNA was we were able to say beyond a shadow of a doubt that was Llewellyn Burley's bone.
That pelvic bone was probably 40 to 50 yards downstream in this creek from where we believe Roger murdered her and put her in that ravine. It was truly a miracle.
The weather took her, hid her, and then brought her back 34 years later.
Then on February 28, 2021, in a strange twist of fate, 81-year-old Roger Kibbe is strangled to death in his prison cell by his cellmate.
The irony of the whole situation is that Roger Kibbe had killed, at a minimum, 7 women by strangulation, and then he himself died the same way.
All because the I-5 killer was able to use the weather to escape justice for more than a decade.
It's a battle with weather to try to find those clues and that evidence that you need in order to solve a case.
ชื่อแล้วกดจังไม่ได้กินโดนนะคะข้าวหมูนี่มาตกแห้งค่ะไม่ได้ออกจากบ้านไปแล้วมั้งเนี่ยตกกลางคืนเนี่ยครอบครัวบ้านเพิ่นก็บอกครอบปีบ้านเขาเนี่ย น่าสนใจป้อมป้อมมันอ่ะเขาติดมือเขาติดมือจ้ะคือประเดี๋ยวตกตุ่มบุ๊กติดมือ
$1,500 property. You go soak your head, boy.
Lay back my feathers.
Grab your blood.
โอ้ยเขาติดมือปะเนี่ย
You see that gun over there by the horses? I want you to go over there and give him some of that fancy talk of yours. I'll sneak up behind him and bust him one. And we'll load up high furs and get out of here. The both of us. Damn you, Lee, aren't you listening? I'm not sure if I am or not, Mr. Bates. What? I like you, Mr. Bates. You treated me decent. And you're a religious man. You're all about Ham. Black man in the Bible, Adam and Eve. What the hell are you talking about? These people are going to Mexico, Mr. Bass. You mean you're going to stay with these heathens? Well, you see, Mr. Bass.
แซ่บจำนำแซ่บ
Mr. Bass, you better consult Mr. Howard. He owns me now. Like that, your black highlight face. Oh, Mr. Bass. Well, then you'll understand. A slave has no choice.
อยากกินออนปูเด้จ้ะ
This goes to the highest bidder. Mr. Howard is bidding Mexico. Fine country, Mexico. I think I like it. No slavery there. I'm gonna kill you.
เขาไ่ได้ช่วยที่บ้านเนาะ
I'm Chris Hansen. I've been an investigative journalist my entire professional life. Today, we want to dig into the topic of lung disease and pull back the curtain on why cigarettes aren't always to blame. Every year, tens of thousands of people become victims of lung cancer and lung disease. And shockingly for them, it didn't come from smoking. Perhaps the patient worked in a job that over a number of years directly exposed them to asbestos or other toxins in the workplace. Substances they were in contact with over months and years and even decades.
Asbestos was everywhere. We were never
ซื้อ
told.
น้ำกินจ้ะ
There was never nothing to say. Here's your garments. Here's your gloves.
โอ้ยปั่นเขาก็ไม่ได้
But it was something that, that was my job.
So there are certain professions that have been exposed to asbestos, mostly older men in their 70s who worked in the Navy. They were boiler makers, worked in construction, and these are the men that were exposed throughout their job.
People have been conditioned that if you have lung cancer and you're a smoker, well, it's only from smoking, and that's not true.
I got out of boot camp in 1976. I was down in the engine rooms, literally packing out the long raw fibers of asbestos, walking them up to the dock and dumping them into dumpsters, and these big clouds of this white dust would get all over us. It affected me permanently. A little bit short of breath now, and worse as time goes on. And I'm really fortunate because had they not found that along about 68 or 69 years old, they would have said, hey, you got 6 months.
We had information in the 30s that was covering the dangers of asbestos, and they were overlooked, because of big corporations, money, you name it. There's a lot of interest at play that kept this hazard in the workplace and in our personal lives as well.
If you or a loved one has been diagnosed with lung cancer or mesothelioma within the past 3 years and worked in the trades during the 1960s or 70s, or even into the early 1980s in construction, shipyards, railways, aircraft, auto repairs, among many others, you may be entitled to significant financial compensation. In fact, a $30 billion trust fund has been set up to compensate those who have been diagnosed with lung cancer or mesothelioma from their workplace exposure.
Being 18, 19 years of age, I didn't really think too much of the safety aspect of it. I just wanted to do the job. I developed a cough. I had some bloody phlegm that came up. I called my doctor. 3 days later, he calls me up, come to the office right away. It was something that we had found. And that's when he told me there was a large mass on my left lung. It was Pintus and Mullins that first reached out to me. Very knowledgeable people, very caring people. And so therefore, I was glad to become a part of that. And I still am.
Our clients are usually in their late 60s or 70s, and they may be painters, they may be carpenters. We see a lot of military men and women.
Asbestos has left us with a sad legacy. According to court documents, manufacturers knew of the dangers of asbestos since all the way back to the 1930s and concealed this information from the public for decades.
The plants that I used to work in were all very old facilities, and they had the asbestos plumbing on all of the furnaces that they had. It was everywhere. No signs on it. No one told you to stay away from it. My knowledge of what the chemicals were around us was nothing. We did not know of the trouble that we were playing with. And now I have lung cancer.
We take every case, every client that comes to us, and we truly build a network of experienced, compassionate attorneys to fight for you, because you are wronged.
If you or a loved one has been diagnosed with lung cancer or mesothelioma within the past 3 years and worked in the trades during the 1960s or 70s, or even into the early 1980s in construction, shipyards, railways, aircraft, auto repairs, among many others, you may be entitled to significant financial compensation. While we can't take on cases involving COPD, emphysema, or undiagnosed lung problems, we can fight for those diagnosed with lung cancer or mesothelioma, which may have come from the workplace. Call us today at 800-349-0333 for a 100% free and confidential conversation.
My experience with Pintus and Mullins has been nothing but fabulous.
เดินทางไกล
I
นะ
really appreciate everything they've been doing for me.
ผมมีฮอตพี่ดำเลยมันอยู่ในร้านเพิ่นจะเงื่อนเพิ่น
You stay here and be quiet. And stop eating that tree. Unless you're gonna double cross me too.
ลืมกินวิตามินจะเช้ากันจ้ะกินน้ำมาจากนิวซีแลนด์ค่ะวิตามินซีนี่จ้ะบ่ค่อยเป็นหวัดด้วยจ้ะผิวก็ บ่แห้งน้ำกินวิตามินซีนะคะสาวญี่ปุ่นเป็นคนผิวแห้งแม้แต่หน้าหนาวนี่โอ้ยก็ต้องเบิ่งแต่ที่มาโยนนี่บัดได้กินวิตามินซีจ้ะดีขึ้นได้ค่ะผิวบ่เป็นหวัดพร้อมโชคดีด้วยร่างกายแข็งแรงงานเจ้าของก็สบายอยู่บ้านไกลบ้านทุกไกลบ้านเนาะ
Get Apache. So as you socialize with these people, you're gonna get yourself scalped. Miss Kate, the night has chilled. You need a rest.
Anything funny?
Give me some water, boy.
Don't preach for nothing, mister. Walk up here, mister, or I'll kill you where you stand.
Easy.
I knew it. It's the law.
No, ma'am. I mean, I hope not, Miss Kate.
That's close enough. Take your hat off.
แซ่บได้กินโดนดอก
I'll reach up and scratch your ear.
ได้กินหมูโดน
Scratch you.
You want to keep that ear?
Turn that pack horse loose and get on about your business. Them beaver skins is mine.
Yours? I risk my life for them pelts. I'll form me a dozen cowards.
You slaughtered them. You scalp-hunting bastard.
Now hold on. That's no cause to dry gulch a man. Steal his furs, wreck his water barrel. You know that ain't fair. Cut loose that pack horse!
I ain't gonna kill you, but I ought to. Now go on back there and keep moving. Walk!
มันไม่ค่อยกอด
I got a hard job that needs a hard man.
They swamped on Griggs.
Somebody got a belt you in the mouth.
I can be tied down.
You got a soft spot for an innocent man?
No such thing as an innocent man. I hope you tried.
When you're through with powering through, it's time for TheraFlu, hot liquid medicine. Powerful relief so you can restore and recover. TheraFlu, hot beats cold.
Are prostate concerns keeping you awake? Force Factor Prostate helps reduce nighttime bathroom trips and promote a normal prostate size. I feel like myself again. Rush to Walmart for Force Factor Prostate from the #1 fastest growing men's health brand in America.
There's a lot to watch on TV these days. Problem is, most streaming options are incredibly pricey, and you'll end up paying for the local channels you can get for free. Luckily, there's a solution. Sling is only $40 a month, and you get awesome stuff like sports, news, and today's hottest TV for half of what the other guys cost. If you already get free locals with an antenna, now you can easily add the channels you're missing with Sling. It's the TV you love for a price you'll love. Visit sling.com/antenna to learn more.
Men over 45, do you have a frequent urgent need to urinate day and night? I have good news. Presenting the UroLift system, an outpatient treatment that simply reopens the channel to increase flow with no cutting. Yes.
Most side effects are mild to moderate. Serious bleeding and infection events are rare. Visit urolift.com.
Ask your urologist about UroLift or call 800-749-2200 today.
My sister and I love our Jitterbug phones from Lively. Janice has the Jitterbug Smart 3 with internet access, so she can email and video chat. I've got the Jitterbug Flip 2. Both have large screens, simple menus, and the urgent response button for help.
If you have an emergency, need a ride, or tech support, certified Lively agents are here for you, day or night.
Now get an easy-to-use Jitterbug phone with our exclusive health and safety services.
For COPD, ask your doctor about Breasttreat. Breasttreat gives you better breathing, symptom improvement, and helps prevent flare-ups.
Breasttreat won't replace a rescue inhaler for sudden breathing problems. And it's not for asthma. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking it. Don't take Breasttreat more than prescribed. Breasttreat may increase your risk of thrush, pneumonia, and osteoporosis. Call your doctor if worsening breathing, chest pain, mouth or tongue swelling, problems urinating, vision changes, or eye pain occur.
If you have COPD, ask your doctor about Breasttreat.
Attention, this is an important message for firefighters, members of the military, and airport workers. For decades, first responders and firefighters at military bases and airports used a chemical-based foam to fight fires. Studies have shown that chemicals used to make aqueous film-forming foam, or AFFF, are highly toxic to humans and have been associated with several types of cancer, including kidney, pancreatic, testicular, and neuroendocrine. If you or someone you know was exposed to AFFF and were diagnosed with any of these cancers, including kidney, bladder, prostate, pancreatic, lymphoma, leukemia, testicular, and neuroendocrine, call us immediately. There's help available, and you may qualify for substantial financial compensation. Legal Help 24/7 can take your call right now. The consultation is free, and we can help you file for immediate compensation.
Call 1-800-600-1131. That's 1-800-600-1131. 1-800-600-1131.
ตัวนี้นะจ๊ะขอบคุณที่ติดตามรับชม ขอบคุณหลายๆค่ะไปแล้วบ๊ายบายจ้า